Hello Horror Hounds, regular viewers, hello to both of you, will know that at the end of the 3 recent Frankenstein movie reviews I've done, I've started introducing alternate viewpoints culled from user reviews from the Internet Movie Database. And if you've watched all of those, you will know that a very singular voice has come to the fore amongst those. A film critic without equal, who I've become mildly obsessed with and whose reviews I adore. Jacob John Taylor 1. Seeing as only a couple of days ago I watched all 6 Paranormal Activity movies in one day and brought you my Paranormal Activity marathon video. As a sort of cousin to that, I wanted to give you Jacob John Taylor 1's reviews of the Paranormal Activity franchise. So those of you who haven't made it to the end of my Frankenstein videos will know what all the fuss is about. As far as Paranormal Activity is concerned, for the first movie, his review, "Come on kids, don't be so easy to scary," reads, "Frankenstein 1931 shows that you had make an effort to scary people 2 generations older than me. The Exorcist show that you do know how to make as much of an effort to scary people 1 generations older than me. But mind you still had to make something that would count as big effort, and this movie show my generation gets scared very easy. Just put it a home movie and turn off the light. That will do it. Most of this movie is mostly just bad actors screaming in the dark. Good special effects. But by the time you see anything, there is less than a minute left. It was a weak script and is badly acted. Come on kids, don't be so easy to scary. Paranormal Activity 2 was better only because this was so bad. Paranormal Activity 3 was better only because this was so bad. Paranormal Activity 4 was better only because this was so bad." His review for Paranormal Activity 2, called "Kids These Days Are Far Too Easy to Scare," reads like this. "I had a good laugh when I went to see this movie in theatres. Everyone got scared except me. It is a good thing that not many Canadians from my generation don't watch a lot of old horror movies, or they would pee their pants. Are they just scared because they don't know that it is not real? All this movie is just bad actors screaming in the dark. By the time it gets anywhere, there is less than a minute left. Paranormal Activity 3 is better, and that one is pretty bad. Paranormal Activity 4 is better, and that one is pretty bad as well. This movie is not scary. It is badly written, and it had an awful ending. Don't see this movie. It is not even close to being as scary as people say it is. Scary Movie 4 had nudity with Leslie Nielsen, and that is too scary." For Paranormal Activity 3, his review, "Why would anyone 10 or older get scared? No, this is not scary at all. It is just some bad actors screaming in the dark. I saw this in a theatre and had a laugh because I was the only one not getting scared. Most people these days can't sit through an old horror movie because they would pee in their pants. By the time this movie gets anywhere, there is not even a minute. Paranormal Activity 4 is better, and that one is not anything that good, believe me. The storyline is awful, the ending is awful, it is not scary. Why would anyone 10 or older get scared? This is just so lame. Don't see it. If you got scared of this, don't see Dracula 1931 or any of the Exorcist movie because you will poo in your pants, LOL. For Paranormal Activity 4, his review, "Horror movies made for people who are scared of their own shadow. You have to be scared of your own shadow, to be scared of your own shadow, to be scared of this movie. Most of it is just bad actors screaming in the dark. Good special effects, but by the time you see something, there is less than a minute left. The storyline is awful. The ending is awful. In the 80s and 90s, they made horror movies really scary. Now they just make horror movies to scary people who are scared of their own shadow. There are a lot of horror movies from the 79s that are scary." That's really specific. "The early Exorcist movies are very scary. The late Exorcist movies are scarier. Those are best of the new horror movies. But to many horror movies made nowadays that are just made scary people who are scared of their own shadow, this movie not scary, it is very lame." And finally, because sadly he didn't get around to reviewing the Ghost Dimension. For Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, his review titled Paranormal Activity, the boring ones, this is not scary. By the time it get anywhere, there are about 10 minutes left. Were they trying to be scary, or were they trying to be boring? This is an awful storyline. The acting is awful. The ending is awful. It is not scary at all. This is the 5th Paranormal Activity movie. It is very boring. If you are scared this movie, then you are too easy to scary. Some demons possess people and kill stupid teenagers. Big deal. This is better than the first 4 Paranormal Activity movies. That is only because the first 4 Paranormal are very stink poo. And this is still very stinky too. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your money. Do not see this movie. If you'd like to hear more from Jacob John Taylor 1 and his views, his amazing views, his unique sideways glances at many other horror movie franchises, please let me know and I will be happy to share them with you, because I genuinely think he's a voice of his generation.